friends and family. Okay, back on YouTube. Sorry about the delay. I will start over. Morning coffee. Let me know, people, when just in YouTube. Oh yeah, I can see the audio in there. No problem. Okay, so I'll start over. Sorry, I did not do my live yesterday. Better. Hi. Awesome. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Daryl. Awesome. Cool. So I didn't do live yesterday because I didn't realize it was Wednesday until like 10 p.m. because I was so busy doing a lot of stuff to get ready for a new course launch and just lessons and stuff like that in general. So I was like, well, I have no choice. I have to do it tomorrow. So here we are. The question I put out on Tuesday was, are you a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced strummer? And the responses on all three platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, was very bell curvy because there were four options you could pick from: beginner, advanced beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And it was very, like I said, it was very bell curvy. Just a couple of people, some people said beginner, and then most of the rest of the people were advanced beginner or intermediate, and there was a couple of advanced players in there too. So the kind of what I expected. I expected a few more beginner people, but overall, that's kind of what I expected. So I know that a lot. The reason I put that question up is because we just launched something called the Strumming Evaluation Quiz. And I know that a lot of players out there kind of fall into one of a few categories. Either they have no idea where they are as far as their strumming levels, because in guitar world, there's no like a standard like in violin or piano to grade yourself, right? So either they have no idea where they are. They think, number two is they think they are better than they are. I think they have something down. They consider themselves an intermediate when they may be like an advanced beginner. Or kind of the last category I would say people are in, or is they might be better than they think they are, but one or two little small areas is holding them back from being like a full-blown intermediate or a full-blown advanced player. So that's the reason why I put up the Strumming Evaluation Quiz. What you do is you go there. It's just 10 questions. You fill it out. It doesn't take very long. They're multiple choice. And then you get emailed your results. And your results have kind of a list what you need to work on to get to the next level, and it gives you like 2 or 3 video lessons that will help you work on those things to get you to that next level. So if you haven't yet, go to guitarfam.com/strumming quiz and take that little 10 question quiz. That'll help give you an idea of where you are globally on a strumming level. It'll also give you an idea of what you need to work on next to get your strumming to that next level. And it was kind of fun to make. Like it took a long time, longer than it probably should have, for me to figure out the ins and outs of the software to make the quiz. But at the end of the day, it was a pretty fun experience. I think it's going to be useful to a lot of people in the future. So that's cool. Let's see. What else? Speaking of strumming, the Guitar Fam Christmas collaboration deadline is rolling in very soon. So if you want to participate in the Guitar Fam Christmas collaboration video, I believe the videos have to be in by Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. So you have today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like 5.5 days left to get your submissions in. It's Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. If you go, oh, good, Andy, you're working on it. Awesome. If you go to guitarfam.com, just go to the songs page, click on Christmas songs. It'll take you down to the Christmas songs, and you'll see Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. And don't like if you can't keep up with the strumming pattern that's there, it's pretty fast. Don't feel like you have to do that to participate. If all you do is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's fine. There are multiple levels of strumming in the PDF and chord chart for you to check out, so you can pick whichever level suits you best. Or even if you just do chord notes, 1, 2, I finally back to playing. My wrist injury is much better. Thank God. That's great, man. I was concerned for you. You gotta know that how terrible that is to have something you love being threatened by an injury. But like Daryl, you said, I found the song too advanced for me. You can like I know you're playing pretty well from the last few videos you submitted. You can do something like even half notes. Well, if you do half notes, it takes care of the quickness on this hand. And don't like on the turnaround thing where it goes. You don't have to play chords there. You can do single notes. Go F, C, G. Do it. You do whatever it takes to lower your barrier of entry into playing and participating with the collaboration. If you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool. But if it's something you really want to do, just simplify it until it gets done. Because we're only like it depends on how many people submit submissions. We're only going to be in there for like 1 to 4 measures each. So and don't let that stop you. It's cool. But that's the thing. It's submission deadlines are on Tuesday. You might be able to sneak it in until Wednesday because our live stream, our Christmas party live stream for Guitar Fame is on this coming Thursday, and we hope to see all of you there. And we're still taking student video submissions. So if you have anything you've been working on, send the video my way, and we'll put it in for student video reviews, and it'll be fun, just like it always is every month for our live streams. Let's see what else. I was thinking I was playing this Grandma Get Run Over by a Reindeer right before I came in here, just goofing off with it, and then I started playing. This is kind of off the topic, but I started King. It caused the King of the Hill episode to come up in my mind. And so I was like, how do you play it? Right? And that's two things about that. First off, most of the melody notes you're going to find in really good melodies are in the chords, or actually in the chords. Second off, it's really worth it to do some focused ear training, even if it's only literally for like 2 or 3 minutes a day, 3 days a week. When you, if you can hear something in your head and you know a little bit about intervals and you can recognize them, you can play things in your head. If you can hear them, you can translate them to guitar. Because as I was playing that, those 2 notes are in G. It's just the root and the third. And then you move to a C. And then over to the C, it's root, third, and then it moves to a D chord, and it's just a root. Like all of the melody notes. And I don't know about the chords in this one, but I heard it in my head. There might be something stepwise going as far as major scale, but most, like 90% of this. And from there, it's just. It's pentatonic, and then it goes major. And that's pretty cool. Like, and what it reminded me of was I went to a Berkeley summer session once, and my teacher that I picked was John Finn, and he had this kind of shtick that he did. And how's it going? This shtick that he did where he said, if you name any TV sitcom from, I think it was the 60s or 70s, because that's when he grew up, right? He's like, I can play it, even if I've never played it before in my life, because if he could hear it in his head, he could play it and translate it to guitar with intervals. So that's what it reminded me of, and it's a really valuable skill to have. That's cool. Oh, let's see what Jim's saying. I'm going to have my guitar buddy and new fam member Dave over to my house. Oh, awesome! Tomorrow we're going to work on Grandma together. That is one of the coolest things. Like, as somebody who owns like Guitar Fam and runs a business, that is one of the coolest things ever, that both of you guys are Guitar Fam members and you're local actually meeting up. That's actually one of our goals, is to get some kind of device or mechanism to where if people are like regionally in the same, in the same region, they can have like meetups or jams or whatever. That's so cool. That's good to hear. Anyway, that's kind of And ever since I went to that summer session with John Finn, I started taking it a little bit more seriously because I'd already taken ear training classes. Um, but I just like from at that point I was doing it from a purely academic, like I could name intervals or whatever. But then I started trying, like every time, like when if I couldn't sleep or something, or if I just felt I needed to work on my melodic recognition or something like that, I would sit there and think of a song, whatever song popped into my head, and then try to number one recognize the intervals or say the intervals out loud, and then number two pick a position or performance position on the guitar to play it in. And this would be totally away from the guitar too. So, and that's the only reason I can pick up that kind of thing, like right off the spot. As long as I can hear it in my head. If you can't hear it in your head, you're kind of dead in the water. So, anyway, that's all my randomness over today. And again, if like the main point of this is, are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced strummer? If you already know that and you're very confident in it, that's great. If you don't know, if you're not sure, or if you think you know, but you think you might be missing something or having some puzzle pieces missing, or if you're strumming, you're a little bit frustrated with your strumming and where it is, and you want to sound a little more dynamic, or you want to be able to do 16 notes better or something like that, go take the strumming evaluation quiz. It's on guitarfam.com/strumming quiz, and it will evaluate your strumming with 10 questions. It'll email the results to you with some details and then give you some lessons that you can go through to help kind of shore up your weaker areas and to get to that next level of strumming. Oh, that's cool. He's going to try to do a video Grandma got run over together. That'd be cool. Are there any new strumming lessons coming up? Whatever gave you that idea, Andy? Yes, there are a lot of new strumming videos coming up on YouTube, and we have some things that I probably shouldn't talk about yet, but very it's going to be a very strumming themed month come January and before January too, and into December. That's what we're going to be focusing on as a fam, strumming and timing. Getting that to the next level, just to guess. That's right. But it's cool because, like, if you don't focus on strumming for a while, like even I've been playing guitar for over 30 years. If I don't really focus on it and I come back and focus on it for the last couple of weeks, I notice, oh man, I've gotten a little rusty. Or, since I focused on it last time, I noticed that it can get a lot better in certain areas. And it has. My accuracy with my single bass notes has gotten better. My timing's gotten a little bit better because I'm working on these Christmas tunes that Chelsea and I have this Christmas gig coming up this Sunday evening. And it's easy gig, but it's high pressure, if that makes any sense, because it's a corporate gig that's paying well, and it's only 30 minutes. But like when somebody's paying you, you feel like you need to deliver really well. JC Duran says, "Hey Nate, I'm an intermediate strumming player, and I tend to struggle with bass note strumming. Any advice on how to improve my accuracy in playing bass notes with a pick?" Yes. And this is kind of top of mind for me because like I don't do a lot of this type of playing. I do more fingerstyle or electric playing, And like my bass note picking there is let's open this camera. My bass note picking there is pretty spot on because I've been working on this every night for the past 2 weeks or so. Oh, that's what's wrong. That it likes my paper. There you go. There you go. So the first tip I have is do it often. Like if you're struggling with that, make that your focus and your priority in your playing for the next 3 weeks to 3 months. Okay, because you have to concentrate on something for a long time and really do it intentionally and focus on it and focus on not making mistakes with it for a sustained period of time. Right. So make that your goal for the next while until, I would say 3 months is a good thing to shoot for, minus a month or two. Minus a month, plus or minus a month one way or the other. And it doesn't have to be a ton. You could just, as long as you're doing like 10 minutes a day, focused on that, then you're going to see a lot of improvement. Now, as far as some practical physical tips for working on this, when you do it, realistically, you're going to be doing a 6-string chord, a 5-string chord, or a 4-string chord. So just work on those. It can be E's or 6 strings, E minors, G's or 6 strings, any of those. So 6 strings, 5-string, and 4-string, those classifications. You want to make sure you're hitting all three. When I do it, I feel there are a couple ways I do it. My pinky can feel the high E string as I'm coming back. And you have to program in exactly where that low E string is. I don't always do that. Like the more accurate I get at this, the more time I put in on. I float my hand. I don't touch anything. But sometimes if I haven't been playing like that for a while, I use my pinky to feel where I am. If I'm feeling more accurate, my arm's always in the same place right here, so I can program where that E string is. But sometimes I do rely on the feel. But you have to do that first. 6-string, 5-string, and 4-string chords. Like D is a 4-string chord, so that's a good one. C, A minor, and 5-string chords, so you can be programming in where that 5th string is, right? So take it outside of the context of any song, any full song or strumming pattern or chord progression. Just work on put some time with 6-string, and then put some time on 4-string, and then after you've done that, nobody wants to do that type of playing all the time. Then you can put it in the context of a song. But I would really focus on that. Look back. Do your best to not let any mistakes slip by. So look back and go as slow as you need to be 100% accurate. It doesn't take long to do this. Like 2 minutes of each 6, 5, and 4 will be enough for a while, but you have to be consistent at it. And then if you do that enough over a few weeks and then start adding it in the context of songs like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer or whatever other kind of folky song that's not too hard as far as chord progressions, like start putting it into music. That's as slowly as you need to first. Don't worry about metronome or anything. Once you're more comfortable with that, then add in the metronome. And that's the way that I would go about doing this. But you're going to find like the more you do this and the longer you keep it going, the less accepting you are of errors when you're doing this, the faster it's going to come. And you're going to start to notice like, hey, my hand is calibrated. But unless you're doing all very consistently over months, and unless you take it outside of the context and work it on just the chords by themselves, like 5th, 6th, and 4-string chords, and then put it with music, you're going to find that you have a trouble with it. If you just go and practice it, like, okay, I'm practicing my bass notes today. I'm going to go. I haven't really been practicing on it much lately, but you just jumping into a chord progression where there's a lot to think about. What chords are coming up next, making the chord changes. Then it's probably going to take you 2, 3, 4 times as long to get accurate with it because it's just too much to think about. And you're probably going to be making mistakes and programming things in not as accurately as you could be. So I would watch out for that. That's the process that I would use for it. And we are going to cover a lot of that type of stuff coming up in January for our emphasis on strumming with the guitar fan. But doing stuff like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, or even just it's almost Christmas. So if you're into Christmas, you celebrate it like songs like Silent Night. Super slow, not too hard. That's what I'd recommend doing. Easy songs like that, but make sure to put the time. Putting in the individual practice for the chords. Cool. Thanks for the question. It's a good question. Sorry for the long answer, but that's like a synopsis of like what would be like a normal 30-minute lesson in 5 or 7 minutes, something like that. Cool. Well, I think that's all I have to say for today. I will see you guys next week at the latest Q&A Tuesday. And I will try to hit the Wednesday live actually on Wednesday next week. And then don't forget submissions for Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer are due on Tuesday of next week. I don't know what day of the week that is. Let me see. The 10th. Do it on the 10th, and we'll have our Christmas live stream party on the 12th on YouTube. And I guess that's it. If you need help with strumming, go take the strumming evaluation quiz on guitarfam.com, guitarfam.com/strumming quiz. And I will see you guys later. Bye.